We're ready to bring on a higher level of finance talent into our organization. Woo! But only on a very part-time basis. Not a problem. The accounting industry has evolved. You can get people on a very part-time basis without having to settle for quality. So you're on the right track already. What kind of hourly rates should we expect to pay for someone very experienced? So anybody who's been on these calls with me before knows that my answer is going to be, it depends. Okay, so let's just get that out of the way. It depends. However, I'm going to give you a framework upon which it should depend. So start with, what would you pay a full-time employee in that position? And a good resource, if you're in the United States, a good resource to go to is the Robert Half Annual Salary Guide, because it gives you all kinds of different organizational sizes, organizational roles, and geographies. So all of the salaries that are included in the Robert Half Salary Guide are national averages. But then there's this great map that tells you, and you look at what part of the country you're in, and it tells you, well, this is the index for this country is 121. So you would increase all the salaries that you look at by 21%. Or it says this part of the country is at 80% or whatever it is. And you can take all of those variables, the role, the organization size, and your part of the country, and determine, if I employed somebody full-time, what would their annual salary be? Then the next step is to divide that by 2,080, because that's how many hours are in a calendar year, assuming a 40-hour work week. Now, to everybody on this call who works like 90 hours a week, peel yourself up off the floor. It's just a calculation to figure out how much somebody should pay a part-time, a freelance CFO or a freelance controller. So that's the place to start, but don't worry, that's not the place to end up. You have to consider a couple of things. The rate that you're going to pay someone in this position as a freelancer is going to be higher than the effective hourly rate, the annual salary divided by 2,080 hours. Because when an organization employs someone full-time, it's like buying in bulk. It's buying their hours in bulk, which reduces their risk, which means you can pay them less. Also, as an employer, you provide administrative services, sales, and marketing, and the accounting professional doesn't have to do all that the way he or she would as a freelancer. So since that's not the case, and so if you're not quote-unquote buying in bulk, and if you're not providing admin, sales, and marketing for the freelancer, he or she has to market a freelance practice and sell it and administer it. Those things push the rate up. So now up by how much? 3 to 5 times. If it's a freelancer, I wouldn't go as high as 5 times. One of the things that pushes a rate up to 4 to 5 times is reduced risk and higher level of service and higher value provided. One of the things that reduces risk is if the person is taking a team approach. But if you're looking for a freelancer, so if the freelancer gets sick or has a family commitment or any other kind of commitment, or goes on vacation or gets hit by a bus, you're up a creek. That's a high risk engagement. That pushes down the price maybe to the 3x level. Also, if you engage the services of a firm, not only do they have possibly be multiple team members deep, someone to step into an engagement if someone leaves for one reason or another, temporarily or otherwise, but a firm can also offer more resources, perhaps more depth of expertise, maybe not. But ensuring continuity is a big deal. So that's, if a freelancer can't really ensure continuity, so maybe 3 times the effective hourly rate. But if you're going with a very part-time controller service, finance director service, or CFO service, you might consider 3 to 5 times what that person might otherwise get employed as a full-time employee.